Yamunatira vanachari Yamunatira vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janavalabha Girivaradari Gopi Janavalabha Girivaradari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Om Agyanatmirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manovishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Svayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Ragunatam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitamshcha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishadvanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th canto, chapter 3rd. Title of this chapter is Talk Between Lord Shiva and Sati. And text 16. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Tvayoditam Shobhanam Eva Shabhane Tvayoditam Shobhanam Eva Shobhane Anahuta api abhiyanti bandushu Anahuta api abhiyanti bandushu Te yadi anutpadita dosha drishtayo Te yadi anutpadita dosha drishtayo Baliyasanatmya madena manyuna Baliyasanatmya madena manyuna Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Tvayoditam Shobhanam Eva Shobhane Tvayoditam Shobhanam Eva Shobhane Anahuta api abhiyanti bandushu Anahuta api abhiyanti bandushu Te yadi anutpadita dosha drishtayo Te yadi anutpadita dosha drishtayo Baliyasanatmya madena manyuna Baliyasanatmya madena manyuna Maybe one again. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Tvayoditam Shobhanam Eva Shobhane Anuhuta api abhiyanti bandushu Te yadi anutpadita dosha drishtayo Baliyasanatmya madena manyuna Please chant. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Tvayoditam Shobhanameva Shobhane Anahuta api abhiyanti bandushu Yadi anutpadita dosha drishtayo Bali sanya manyuna. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Tvayoditam Shobhanam Eva Shobhane Anahuta api abhiyanti bandushu Teyadi anutpadita dusha drishtayo Baliya sanatmya madena manyuna. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Ayoditam Shobhanameva Shobhane Anahuta api abhiyanti bandushu Teyadi anutpadita dosha drishyayo Baliya sanatmya madena manyuna. Ladies. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Tvayoditam Shobhanameva Shobhane Anahuta api abhiyanti bandushu Eyadi anutpadita dosha drishtayo Baliya sanatmya madena manyuna. Shri Bhagavan Vacha The great Lord replied, Tvaya, by you, Uditam said, Shobhanam is true, Eva, certainly, Shobhane, my dear beautiful wife, Anahuta, without being invited, Api, even, Abhiyanti, go, Bandushu, among friends, Te, these friends, Yadi, if, Anutpadita dosha drishtaya, not finding fault, Baliyasa, more important, Anatmya madena, by pride, caused by identification with the body. Manyuna, by anger. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The great Lord replied, My dear beautiful wife, you have said that one may go to a friend's house without being invited. And this is true, provided such a friend does not find fault with the guest, because of bodily identification and thereby became angry towards him. Purport. Lord Shiva could foresee that as soon as Sati reached her father's house, her father, Daksha, being too puffed up because of bodily identification, would be angry at her presence. And although she was innocent and faultless, he would be mercilessly angry toward her. Lord Shiva warned that since her father was too puffed up by his material possessions, he would be angry, and this would be intolerable for her. Therefore, it was better that she not go. This fact was already experienced by Lord Shiva, because although Lord Shiva was faultless, Daksha had cursed him in so many harsh words. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Tvayoditam Shobhanameva Shobhane Anahuta Api Abhyanti Bandushu Te Yadi Anutpadita Dosha Drishtayo Baliya San Atmya Madena Manyuna. The great Lord replied, "My dear beautiful wife, you have said that one may go to a friend's house without being invited. And this is true, provided such a friend does not find fault with the guest because of bodily identification and thereby became angry toward him." Yes, we continue story, which on the end is quite looks horrible. Everything will be huge mess, and everything start from proud of Daksha. I was thinking, what should I say, and I tried to find one topic, and it doesn't work for me. Therefore, I choose 3 topics. more easy for me. First of all, if you notice, this verse starts Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. And actually, Prabhupada very often stress this point that Bhagavan means the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He explained that this word Bhagavan means one who, Van means possess, Bhaga means opulences. And there are 6 opulences, Shat Aishvarya Purna. Lord is Purna, is full of these opulences. And actually this is, Prabhupada also mentioned very often, this is simple definition of God, that he has 6 opulences. And this is actually from Vishnu Purana statement, Aishvaryasya samagrasya viryasya yashasa shriya Gyana vairagya yoshcheva sannam bhaga itingana. Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he has 6 opulences. Aishvarya means wealth. Then Viryasya means fame. Then wealth, knowledge, beauty, and vairagyasya means renunciation. And we can analyze very respectable persons all over the world and all over the universe. And there are many persons like this who are very rich, very strength, and so on and so on. But Purnam means these 6 qualities in full has only Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And now question is, why Maitreya Muni use here this word for Lord Shiva? And actually, a few times in Srimad Bhagavatam we can find that this word Bhagavan is also used in some very respectable person, like Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, I think, and even Lord Indra sometimes, as I remember in Srimad Bhagavatam, he's named like Bhagavan. We can also take this another way, that devotees of the Lord, from one point of view, they are not different from the Lord, because they constantly meditate of the Lord. It means they on the same, how to say, mood, the same, some kind of level, like the Lord, from this specific point of view. Therefore, we can say that devotees and the Lord, they are not different. We should be very how to say, you should be very conscious to use this statement that Lord and devotees, they are not different, because this is from specific point of view, of course. Because we know that original position of living entity is be a servant of the Lord. But Prabhupada also used this word, but servant of the king, he is living like a king. Yeah, the same opulence, he's using the same food, almost he is living like a king, if somebody is close servant of the Lord. Therefore, from this point of view, we can say there's no difference. Yeah, Prabhupada very, very often used this explain this statement, Bhagavan. If you check how many lectures Prabhupada is giving from different verses of Bhagavad Gita, I think the most time he was using seventh chapter, which start from Bhagavan Vacha. Yeah. It means Prabhupada was stressing this point, what it means, Bhagavan. Yeah, because this is, how to say, if you fully understand who is the Lord and who we are, then we are automatically on this humble level. I'm who I am. I'm just I can be only a servant of the Lord. Okay. Yeah, next word which took my attention is in the purport is Prabhupada explained that Lord Shiva could foresee. It means he was seeing in the future. And Prabhupada used this statement, Trikalagya, according to especially to the sages. Trikalagya, what it means? Trikalagya. Yes. Somebody who's seeing past, present and future. And Prabhupada explained that in ancient time, sages, they had this ability to see what will be in the future. And of course, Lord Shiva is this kind of great personality. He can see the future. And also, in these verses mentioned that he already experienced behavior of Daksha. Although Lord Shiva was faultless, he was just meditating. He was not, how to say, he was in his own world inside, and Daksha had cursed him in so many harsh words. It means he expected that when his wife Sati go to this ceremony, this meeting, will be similar situation, and actually will be like this. Yeah, from when I was reading this, coming to my mind question, why Lord Shiva don't force his wife to stay in home? He can say, no, you will stay. No, he give her free will to go there. It's interesting. Maybe in next purport, Prabhupada explained this, but it's coming to my mind. Because duty of the husband is taking care about his wife, and yeah, there's some question to meditating. Yes. Yes. Here is used in the verse words an atmya madena, means Prabhupada translate this by pride caused by identification with the body. And actually this is more or less problem of all living entity in this material world. Yes, we coming to this material world because we have some pride. We more or less identify with my body. I'm man, I'm woman, I'm intelligent, I have this and this. It's all on this level of body designation. Therefore, first lesson of Krishna to Arjuna is Arjuna was in big distress on the just before the war on Kurukshetra, and he said to Krishna, I cannot fight with my friends, my cousins, my grandfather, with my teacher. This is not possible for me. And first lesson of Krishna is, you are not this body. Try to see this situation from the higher level, then all your problems will be solved. Yeah. Because, it means on the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is, changing this situation on the higher level. And then he explained this tattva about soul, about Atma. Yeah, and actually this is the beginning of spiritual life. If somebody understands, I'm not this body, because without at least theoretical understanding that I'm not this body is not possible to cultivate spiritual life. And here's a very nice example what's the cause of identification with the body. Daksha is this example. And I don't know, this statement is also in English or in German. In Poland is statement like this, that falling down from high horse is very danger. It means bigger position you have in material life, if you fall down from this position, this is very painful. And it's also quite danger to have this responsibility to be on a high position. And Daksha is example how to misuse his position. He got this position from Lord Brahma, actually originally from the Krishna, to be a respectable say, he was responsible for I don't know how to say in English, to populate an universe. Yeah, this was his, actually he was his seva, his duty. But from this high position he developed his pride. And this pride was very, very dangerous. And actually, he lost his head from this. From one point of view, this is a little bit funny story. He was pride and he lost his head on the result of this identification with the body. Yeah, and I try to analyze these reactions of this identification. And first, is coming to my mind is no respect to others. If somebody is proud, he's not respecting others. I know better, what you say to me and so on. It means if somebody is not respect others, this is some kind of bigger or less offenses. And also nobody like be in the association of this kind of people, At least I have experience like this. If somebody is proud and you don't want to deal with him, it means this this person has no friends and no good counsel, good he has in his association no people who can help him because he has no friends, Yeah, this is one point. And offenses are very dangerous. There are, of course, different levels of offenses. But the most danger is offense to the devotee. Why? Why this is so dangerous? Yes, because devotees are very dear to the Lord, and he don't like when his devotees are offended. Therefore, Lord, we can say, he cannot tolerate this. And this very famous example of this in 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam was young boy Prahlad. He was 5 years old, but unfortunately his father was atheist, and he was very, very atheist, we can say. He was worshipper of the Lord. And Hiranyakashipu, he had very good karma, we can say. Actually, he was on the level of Indra. It's mentioned that he was sitting on the throne of Indra, and demigods they hide because Hiranyakashipu is so powerful. It means he has good karma by his austerity, by his tapasya. And he got a boon from Lord Brahma that he was almost immortal, almost. And it means Hiranyakashipu, he destroyed all of this by offenses to his small son. It means all his good karma, all his power, all his opulence go down. This result of offenses of the pure devotee Prahlad. Yeah, and from this story we can also learn that offenses to the devotees are very, very dangerous. And we can see also from this story, and also from this story what we are studying now with Daksha, that this proud, this mood of aham mameti means I and my. This is mentality of somebody who is in this bodily conception of life, is so big that even they don't have mercy to their own children. Hiranyakashipu, he tortured his own son. This is horrible. Yeah. And also Daksha, we can see on the next verses that Daksha, actually Sati was the most dear daughter of Daksha, but he developed so kind of anger to Indra that this anger also coming to their daughter. We can see how this danger, this kind of mentality. Yes, it means this aham mameti can be so big force for our intelligence. Actually, this aham mameti mentality cover intelligence of living entity. Yes, and what is lesson for us? We should also be very careful with dealing with devotees, especially advanced devotees. I can tell you one story from my life. One time, many years ago, I was just thinking a little bit bad about one elevate devotee. And then after some time I go to the kitchen, what is hot tea, and I putting this hot tea to the cup, and some other I put this hot water to my legs, and I was quite big pain, and I understood this is a reaction of my crazy mind. Yeah, this is very, very dangerous. Therefore, we should be very, very careful, especially, I say, with advanced devotee. But actually, it's mentioned that even we should be respectful even for the animals, for the plants, because they are all living entities. Yeah? And in the heart of these living entities, Lord Paramatma, the Supreme Lord. Therefore, it is very, very important to understand this. And from other point of view, if we will be very respectful for the devotees, this is very satisfying the Lord, because devotees are very dear to the Lord. It means if we always in the mood of serving devotee, in the mood of respect to devotee, this is also very, very pleasurable for the Lord. And last point I have here, we discuss here about proud, and can be also other kind of pride. And this is a story from Krishna Kshetra Swami. It was in 1977. Prabhupada on this time was very, very sick, very weak. And somehow or other he go from Vrindavan to Europe, to London, to Bhaktivedanta Manor. And then all devotees from the Europe coming to Bhaktivedanta Manor, because they understand maybe this last time we can see Prabhupada. And in Prabhupada asked Tamal Krishna Goswami to explain the devotees' biography of Prabhupada. And Tamal Krishna Goswami, on this time, he was very close to Prabhupada. He know all details, and he start explain biography of Prabhupada, and it was kind of glorification of Prabhupada, what he did in his life. And Krishna Kshetra Swami explained that during this talk of Tamal Krishna Goswami, Prabhupada was some kind of proud of his life, because it was actually last meeting with devotees, and there was some kind of proudness. Yeah. But of course, this is different kind of proudness than Daksha and Hiranyakashipu. This Prabhupada was satisfied by his life, that he fulfilled desire his spiritual master. He was all life serving Krishna, and devotees, by listening this biography, they can follow the same style of life. Yeah, this is interesting story. Yeah, devotees, from one point of view, they should be very humble, right? Like we every day we say Trinata Pisu Nichana. Yeah? But from other point of view, we should be proud. We are devotees of the Lord. Yeah? This is some kind of positive proudness. Okay. I would like stop here. Maybe some comments, questions. Yes.
Hare Krishna. I just want to ask a question, and maybe before comment a little bit. I just read 2 days ago, back to the topic of Sri Bhagavan Uvacha, how the devotee of the Lord is as good as the Lord. And Prabhupada is saying in one purport that the spiritual master is not different from the Lord, and he's explaining how is it that he's not different. So actually the verse is saying this, and then Prabhupada is commenting that the spiritual master and Shiva are as good as the Lord in quality, the same. No, sorry, to say it literally, are one with the Lord. And the reason for this to be, how is it to be understood? Because they are very dear to the Lord. So because they are very dear to him, it seems like, Krishna says, okay, you are as good as me. Just like the last point you mentioned, that how we should be proud of being devotees. Sometimes we are not genuinely proud of being devotees, and we are struggling to be humble, so that humility takes the other face of the coin and is expressed or manifested in low self-esteem. So you see somebody like me is proud and likes to be in the front, but you see the other face of the coin, the other manifestation of this pride is very low self-esteem. No, I'm fallen, Prabhu. No, I'm fallen. So I'm just curious to know what's the psychology or the reason for this other side of the pride. Maybe you can say something. If you know.
Okay. Should I comment also this first?
Yes, please. Whatever you like.
Yeah, this is a very helpful to understand some kind of analogies which Prabhupada use. For example, analogy of ambassador of in foreign country. For example, here in Germany is embassy, Polish embassy. And if some respectable German man, he make offense to this ambassador who represent Polish government in Germany, then can be big international problem, because this man is representing Polish government. Similarly, spiritual master, you talk about spiritual master, he is representative of the Lord, and from this point of view he is not different from the Lord, like ambassador is not different from the government of country which he represent in this country. This is very interesting analogy by which we can more understand this topic. Yeah, and also coming to my mind, because devotees are very dear to the Lord, they are like his family, and it's natural that in family is big relationship, strong relationship, and a lot of rasa and a lot of feelings. Therefore, it is natural that king, this is also Prabhupada using this example, king is taking care about all citizens of his kingdom, but especially he is taking care about his children. Yeah. Therefore, also the Lord is taking care about everybody, but especially he is taking care about his devotees, his dear souls, yeah, you can say. Yeah, it means this is, we can say this rasa is more important than karma. Yeah, and about this humbleness and so on, devotees. Yeah, this is we should understand what it means, be humble. Because if we analyze, for example, Prabhupada's life, he was not so humble from material point of view. But we know that it is real humbleness means I'm not this body, I'm a servant of my spiritual master. This is real humbleness. And yeah, and you mentioned that sometimes devotee, I'm useless. I cannot do anything. I'm useless. I'm so fallen souls. I cannot clean the floor. But this is wrong understanding who you are. Yeah, it means be humble from a Vedic point of view is different than be humble from material point of view. Yeah, this is some kind of deeper understanding this topic. It's not so easy from on the beginning to understand this. But by good guidance, it's more easy. By association of the devotee. Because association of the devotee sometimes is not so easy because devotees correct you. And sometimes for my false ego is not so nice. But it's part of the process of purification of our heart. Yeah, sometimes devotees coming to Krishna consciousness to have fun. Yeah, nice prasad, kirtan. Yeah, so nice young people. But when starting process of purification of the heart is, he told me that I should not do this. Why? I know better. Yeah. Therefore, Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj, he mentioned in his book Vaishnava Ke that sometimes association of the devotee is very hard. Can be very hard. Yeah, because false ego. Yeah, you want to add something?
Yeah, no, thank you. Just one thing comes to my mind. This false humility, like material pride. And one thing comes to my mind. Maybe it is because we are also, when we are like falsely humble or this low self-esteem, also then we are identifying with the body, you can say.
Yeah.
Or we are identifying maybe too much with our conditioning, that we don't see the soul in ourselves. I just see my fallen conditioned nature.
Yes, coming to my mind one story. Prabhupada was, I think, in Mayapur, and one devotee, one disciple for Prabhupada, and Prabhupada, I'm the most fallen, I'm the most this. Prabhupada, you are... Yes. And and actually Prabhupada said him, do something, He was, it was some kind of self-glorification, I'm the most fallen, I'm the most from the lowest family, and so on, so on. But it's constantly I. And Prabhupada was very practical, therefore Prabhupada used this phrase, devotional service. service means some activity, not only devotion. Because some people, they say that the most is what you feel. You know, when I'm feel, then I'm do. What I'm not feel, I don't do. Prabhupada stress activity, because by activity, of course, devotional activity, we, even if on the beginning we cannot understand this activity, but it is working. It's also some funny story on the beginning. One of Prabhupada disciple, Prabhupada, you know, I don't feel this taking obeisances. This is not for me, you know. I think maybe in the future I will understand this and I will do this obeisances to you, but not now. Prabhupada explaining, do this and you understand this. Yeah. Yeah, this power of devotional life. We are do some activities from material point of view. This, what I'm doing, I'm coming to Hare Krishna and all day I'm washing the pots. This is spiritual life? No, but by activity in devotional service, we are doing progress. We are cleaning our heart. Therefore, we should always work with our conscious. What I'm doing, for whom I'm doing these activities, who is satisfied by these activities, and then slowly we can understand. Okay, one story more. I remember on the beginning I started coming to the temple in Wrocław, and one day devotees told me, "May you clean toilets?" I know, okay, I can clean toilets. Why not? And when I start cleaning toilets, I feel so much ecstasy. I understood it. Wow, this so low-class activity in the material world. If you are doing this for the Lord, this is pleasurable. I remember some kind of eureka for me. Wow. Yeah, this is power of devotional service. Simple activities, when we are doing them to the Lord, they are pure spiritual. Thank you very much. Yes?
Go to Daksha's yagya. Why did he not control her? Why did he not stop her? Sorry, actually, I was listening to a lecture from Krishna Kshetra Swami Maharaj. This was last year during the time of Durga Puja Navratri, when he was addressing a very similar question. And what he said was, Goddess Parvati or Sati, she is actually a symbol of feminism, a strong female power. And she is worshipped as Mahashakti in India. And usually the decisions that she takes are very independent. She stands really strong by them. And maybe going to Daksha's yagya is one of the incidences. There are many such stories where she's always been very independent and strong about what she thinks and how she applies them. And nobody can really interfere in it, even Lord Shiva. So this is what I had heard. So I just wanted to tell it, because...
Thank you. Yeah, I'm sure in the next verses, in commentary, this question also is coming, and Prabhupada explained this. Okay, time is going. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Gaura Permanente.